Hi everybody, how are you doing today? So this is a report on Ace Hardware. This is by me, James Pinella. So let's get right into it. Okay, so here's the little bit of an overview and introduction. Basically, what you need to know is that sales have been down from our goal for the month. Last year, or the same month, we only did about couple $1,000s comparatively better. So sales for our goal this year, we're far behind, and we want to try to increase the amount of sales that we get, especially during the upcoming holiday season. The other thing that we've had to deal with is that we've had lost two key employees, one in management and one is a floor associate. And they did very good work around the store. They did a lot for the store. Long story short, and since we ran a bare bones staff, everybody around the store has been feeling a little bit stressed out, a little bit strained, spread thin. So we want to try to mitigate that, increase morale. So here's the plan. Let's go start with the opportunity and the current situation. So we run a smaller than normal staff. We typically run a bare bones staff. The store itself is not that big area-wise, so we don't need to have a whole lot of people working at the store, and that's the reason why we run a sort of a small staff. Unfortunately, we've still felt a little spread too thin because we lost those two workers, so everybody's been a little stressed out because of that. It's been a little hectic. It's been a little bit difficult to try to maintain our level of customer service with a little bit of a shorter staff, but we've been trying to adjust as best as we can. But we would like to hire at least two more people for the holiday season, because that's typically going to be one of the busier times of the year, and we want to make sure that we are able to provide the level of customer service that we need to. So again, it's going to be the holiday season. It's going to be very busy, and we want to make sure that we can take care of as many customers as humanly possible. The other thing that we have to do is big ticket items. So what do I mean by big ticket items? I mean we have to sell a lot of those. So items like grills, grill sets, lawn equipment, power tools, anything like that. Because during the holiday season, people are going to be buying those as gifts for their spouses, friends, significant others, you name it. That's typically what we want to try to hunker down on. So if I go over here, so here are the key success factors that's going to help us, put us into a better position to be successful and hopefully increase our sales. So one of the things we need to do is we need to do some product knowledge training and a little bit more product knowledge training, not just for our current associates, but the ones that we're going to hire. So we want to make sure that we focus on them learning rather, not just the upselling skills, but also, about the grills. We want to teach them about the grills, the power tools, the lawn care equipment, like lawn mowers and all of that, so that they know the products inside and out, and that they will be able to sell the customer on better products and answer any kind of questions the customer has. So, and the other thing we want to do to try and get those two extra people through the door, so we can train them and teach them all of this, is we want to advertise online for job opportunities. So go on sites like Indeed, Facebook, Glassdoor, for example. We want to take advantage of those platforms in order to go try and sell, get people into the door to apply. And also we want to advertise our jobs internally through the companies. So we have a couple stores around the area. We want to advertise, if anybody's looking for positions here in the company, we'd like to, try to prioritize those people for, additional opportunities. Okay, so we have a few alternatives you can do. We typically want to focus on, for this strategy, what we want to do is we want to focus on selling large items. The alternative to that is going to be selling smaller items in large quantities over larger items in small quantities. The issue with doing this, and this is the big issue with doing this, is that most people that come to the store when they try to purchase, small items, they purchase it out of necessity rather than something that they want. So like plumbing fittings, for example, like a lot of PVC fittings, people tend to come in and buy those as they need them, not so much as they want them. So, and like screws, nuts and bolts, spackling, for example, like all those items are usually, they're smaller items. They usually sell based on need instead of what, is wanted. And the needs for those, they can fluctuate over time. So well, especially during the holiday season, nobody's going to really be buying these as, gifts for other people. They're going to be wanting to get, power tools. They're going to be wanting to get grills, and, those kind of items for whoever they're purchasing those gifts for. So because of that, we really want to focus on, the bigger, larger items that will bring in nominally more money. So the alternative, instead of hiring the two people, is that we keep staff as is and focus on employee scheduling. So like I said before, the scheduling, it's based off of not just availability, but it's also based off of how many people we have. So since we're already spread pretty thin, scheduling is going to be even tighter than normal. It's going to be nearly impossible for us to try to, schedule somebody in an extra shift, just because of, we have a couple kids that work with us. They have to have school. They can only work so many hours during the week. So we want to be, careful of their time and cognizant of their time as, well. I guess that's the best way to say it. So the strategic option, what do we need to do? So here's what we need to do in order to be successful. We need to, after, analyzing everything, we need to hire more workers. Hiring more workers means that we are going to, have more people to run the store. We're going to have more people to help customers and make sure our customer service stays top notch, because that's one of the reasons why a lot of people come to us. We provide the best customer service in the industry of, selling hardware. We've won the J.D. Power Award, I think, the last 15 out of the 16 years. So we want to try to maintain that level of customer service and customer satisfaction. And again, the best way to do that is to hire more workers and train them on product knowledge and upselling skills. Because, and here's where some people will scoff at the idea of upselling. But here's the reason why the upselling skills are necessary, specifically in the hardware industry. It's because sometimes some of the more expensive items, they're able to do a lot more than the inexpensive items. So let's say, you're buying a stud finder, for example. Some of them, will be the basic stud finders, but some of them will, allow you to go a little bit deeper in the walls with their sonar. Some of them, will have a few other functions, and some of them will also some of these stud finders will also come with packs of nails in them to, make sure that, you have all the hardware that you need for whatever you're trying to hang. So let's say you're trying to hang pictures, you have a stud finder, and you wait a minute, I accidentally forgot, I forgot to buy nails for these pictures. They sell these stud finders that have these nails already with them, so you can just you buy one of these packs, you put it on the wall, find the stud, put the nail into it, you'll be okay. And some of these other items, like, the Ego products lines, for example, they are the top of the line electric blowers. They have the best battery technology. They're very, very powerful. Specifically, the blowers, they can do about fastest they can go up to is about 750 cubic feet a minute, as air, blowing air. So knowing all of these little tidbits of information will help the associate better help the associate better sell the product to the customer, is the best way to say it. I apologize for that little stutter there. So the other thing we want to focus on is selling the big ticket items over the smaller items. The reason for this is because, like I said before, the big ticket items, they can sell up to $1,000, $2,000, especially if it's a big green egg item. That can make $2,000 in one day. We want to focus on selling some of these items as gifts. So, and with all this, this will also help us keep our award-winning customer service, like I mentioned before. So, some of the benefits and risks. We have, benefits. We're going to have more employees. We're going to have better trained employees by going this way. We're going to have customers, that are going to be sold better items because of our product knowledge training. It's going to be less strain on the employees because we're going to go have, more people. And then because of all this should lead to a sales increase. Some of the risks, on the contrary, training can take a while. New hires might lack product knowledge or just might be behind the curve on learning, and they may need more time for training. And during the holiday season, we may not have a whole lot of time for training. So people also just might happen to not buy large and expensive items, especially the way the economy's been going. So some of these external factors can be risky. And because of those, our sales may not increase. So For the call to action, what I recommend just doing, like I said, but I've been pushing for this entire presentation, we should hire the employees and we should focus on the product knowledge training, and that would hopefully lead to better sales, because it'll also lead to better customer service as well, and employees will have more knowledge to sell the customers, better items. So yeah, and this is the reference that I have. It's my boss, LD Woodward, the store manager, and it's the phone number for the store in case you have any kind of questions for it. I appreciate you guys' time, and I thank you very much. So have a nice day.